working with groups of people is those quiet, introverted people who, for whatever reason, don't seem to be contributing as much. So I think the first thing to say about that is some people prefer to just listen, take it all in, reflect a bit on what they've heard, and then slowly contribute. I know myself that I often think of the questions I'd like to have asked in a particular meeting on my way home from the meeting. So perhaps building into the way you've planned the session that people can feedback, ask questions, give ideas after the actual face-to-face conversation can sometimes draw out the input of those sort of quieter, more reflective members of the team. So that sort of good agenda planning allows the more introverted, reflective people to participate. If they're a bit shy, maybe they're just a bit nervous about public speaking, getting people to record ideas, the traditional way I guess is on sort of post-it notes, nice and anonymous. Everyone stick their ideas up on a wall, doesn't matter, and then you as the facilitator read out the ideas, or you get the group to sort them out into particular themes. So people will often feel much more confident anonymously contributing via that sort of route. You can, of course, ask each participant to contribute or say something in turn. That will force the issue. I think you have to be a bit careful, maybe do that a bit later in the session if they're feeling, if you get a sense they're feeling a bit more comfortable and are a bit more at ease with the group. Because of course your last and probably the solution that needs to be thought through most carefully is you can directly ask them. It might be that you choose not to do that in the actual meeting, training session or whatever it might be. If you stop for a comfort break, it's a really nice thing to say, look, I've noticed you've been listening really attentively, but you haven't contributed as much yet. Is there, what are your thoughts on the meeting so far? And they might well be prepared to share with you on a one-to-one basis in a break or something, than much more prepared to do that than they would in a wider group scenario. So there's a few tips there about how to get quiet participants involved. I think it's, just accept some people have that natural work preference, so you need to build your agenda and your planning to accommodate them, both in the way they work in the session itself, but before and after, asking for their ideas and thoughts before, and giving some some scope for them to contribute afterwards is helpful for that group. Thinking about anonymising how people can contribute in the session itself. Obviously you can ask them directly and you can ask them in turn, and you might want to think about when you would do that, whether it's in the full gaze of the entire team, or whether it's a quiet conversation as you get a cup of tea or get a glass of water from the cooler at a break. So that's how to get quiet participants a bit more involved, hopefully in a comfortable way.